Those are good.
Alright, starting here with no pins in it, we have the caudal medulla. Alright, there's nothing we need to know on the caudal medulla other than that it is a caudal medulla. Going up here, we have the rostral medulla, which you could tell because it's butterfly shaped, and you could clearly see the olive and the medullary pyramids. And so, red pin is going to be medullary pyramid, with the blue pin being pyramids. And then if you go just a little bit lateral over here, I guess, we have that black pin, so that's going to be our inferior alveolar nucleus, which is located deep to that yellow pin, which is just the olive. Alright, and so, other than the fourth ventricle, which you can see that space right there, starting right there, and it'll get larger in the next slice. We could also see the inferior cerebellar peduncle, and what that's going to be doing is attaching the rostral medulla to the cerebellum. And so if you look over here, this white pin, it's a little bit more clear that it's attaching it to cerebellum. So once again, that's the inferior cerebellar peduncle.
Should I point it out on this one too, just so like.
Oh yeah, we could point it out on this one. So here, you want to point it out?
The blue one.
Yeah, so blue would be that inferior cerebellar peduncle again, located inferior to the middle and the superior. Alright, so moving up, now we're on the caudal pons. And caudal pons is distinctive from the rest because it has this, it's a lot bulkier because of those middle cerebellar peduncles.
Exactly. More block shaped.
Yeah, it's more block shaped. And it's going to have that large fourth ventricle because we're in like the bulk of it at this point. And often it looks kind of like the bat symbol kind of a thing. And so what we're pitting right now is going to be the sulcus limitans. Alright, in both of those spots. And so blue on both of these is going to be pyramids once again. Or you could also say
Pontine fibers.
Yeah, pontine. Is it pontine reticular fibers or just pontine fibers?
I think it's just pontine.
Oh yeah, pontine fibers and nucleus. My bad. And so purple, like I said, is going to be that middle cerebellar peduncle, which if you look over here, where is that at? Yeah, so middle cerebellar peduncle here would be in the black. Alright. So moving up, after the bulkier caudal pons, we're going to have a less bulky rostral pons, which is going to be identifiable also by the fact that it has the locus coeruleus in the blue. And let's see what else.
Prominent lines.
Yeah, more prominent lines, meaning what exactly?
Like you can see more of a better separation, like especially on this one.
Also, like a better separation between the cerebellum and the.
Compared to here,
yeah, so this
where there's no separation between the two.
Alright, so caudal pons is going to be more continuous with the cerebellum, whereas rostral pons, like you said, there's a more definitive line between the cerebellum and the pons itself. And so red, however, is going to be that superior cerebellar peduncle connecting the rostral pons to the cerebellum. Same thing over here, red once again. And so if we look at this slice, it would be the yellow. It's a little bit cut up, but that's to give you an idea of it. Alright, and so moving back over here, if I didn't mention, yellow is just once again going to be pyramids, and like I said, blue is going to be that locus coeruleus, those little black dots, blue dots.
Blue dots, yeah.
Locus coeruleus means blue dots, so that's why it's pinned to blue. Alright, so next slice is going to be the caudal midbrain. So on the caudal midbrain we could see the white is going to be that inferior colliculus. In the middle we start to see that cerebral aqueduct, And so going back to this one, the rostral pons, we could see cerebral aqueduct, but we could also call it fourth ventricle at this point because it's kind of the point at which it's changing. So right here, in the yellow and the blue, if we were asking for all 3 pins, that would be crus cerebri. If we ask for just the blue, it's going to be the pyramids, 100% corticospinal tract, exactly. All right, and then up here, you want to pin superior colliculus real quick. So superior colliculus is now going to be on that rostral midbrain. And so if we go over here, now we can see that red is going to be inferior colliculus and the white would be superior colliculus. So if you kind of sliced it right there, the rostral midbrain would be where that superior colliculus is, and the where the inferior colliculus would be more the caudal midbrain. And so back to here, I think I mentioned everything. You could kind of start to see, what was that?
Red nucleus and substantia nigra.
Yeah. So moving up to the rostral midbrain, we could see substantia nigra in black and red nucleus in red. You can kind of see that on the previous slice, but it's not prominent, and it's more going to be identified in the rostral midbrain. And so one way to know that you're in the rostral midbrain is if you see these oculomotor nerve sticking out of it. And we could also, the pyramids and the crus cerebri can also be pinned on this slice. They just aren't pinned currently. Anything else? Did we miss anything?
I don't think that's
Anything
I
on
mean,
here
besides just the cerebral aqueduct, but that's a minor thing.
Oh, and obviously cerebral aqueduct.